Hey everybody, my name is Ivan Arcilla, and we are going to continue with this 10 strange things happening in the world right now. And if you watched the previous video, I stopped there because I wanted it to be a part 1, so it's much more fun. So here is my part 2 video of 10 strange things happening in the world right now. I'm going to react to it, guys.
The effect is caused by slow-moving currents known as eddies. These eddies are known to carry a lot of glacial sediment, which can cause the dramatic color difference. So, it seems our oceans are not splitting down the middle yet, and we can rest easy, for now. If earthquakes make you nervous, then resting easy is far from your mind. Rumor has it that the big one could hit California at any time. If you want
The
to look at
big
it another
one.
way, earthquakes can be a good thing because they relieve pressure in tectonic plates. But there is still such a thing as abnormal earthquakes, and that makes us all take a pause. On November 11, 2018, a strange rumble went around the world. It started at the island of Mayotte, which is a French island sandwiched between Africa and the northern tip of Madagascar. The ripples seemed to happen about 15 minutes offshore from the island. The waves kept passing through Africa and made their way around the world to places like China and Canada. The waves lasted for about 20 minutes. Seismic readings showed that the rumble traveled at least 11,000 miles. The
Whoa,
craziest part about it is that no human could feel them.
that
Those
is
who follow earthquakes
that
and
is some
seismic waves around the
distance.
world saw the abnormal reading and wondered if there was a volcanic eruption or some sort of meteorite strike. Today, it still remains a mystery. When we're not being plagued by weird smells and earthquakes, we still have a concern with odd sounds. Sound is carried through by
Again, guys, if I hear sounds like that, I'm just gonna move away. That's me. That's what I would do.
waves and air. Our ears pick up the sound vibrations, causing us to hear them. With this in mind, it means that the sounds have to have some sort of origin. Unless you're trying to track sounds from outer space, where an origin is hard to trace. So, not being able to find the source on Earth is kind of disturbing. Back in 1991, NOAA picked up a rather unusual sound in the ocean that has since been called the upsweep. This sound is composed of a long train of noises that sound similar to a howl. It was first picked up by NOAA's autonomous hydrophone arrays. Many scientists have theorized that perhaps it is the result of an undersea volcano, but there isn't enough evidence to confirm this. The sound varies from year to year, and it seems to peak between autumn and spring, again with no explanation. There are also weird sounds happening in the sky known as skyquakes. They are sometimes heard near water. While
Ooh, earthquakes, skyquakes, shaking quakes. In the earth, that means ground quakes. That means the earth is shaking. But quakes in the sky means the sky is shaking. Wow! Okay, let's get on with this.
some can be explained by military planes, others cannot. Skyquakes have been heard as early as 1824. Another mysterious thing that has been happening is balls of lightning. We're not talking about those gentle looking will o' the wisps that you might see in the forest occasionally. We're talking about an illuminated ball with lightning coming out of it. Sure, it sounds like something from anime or some sort of adventure movie, but this is the real deal. This phenomenon has been spotted all over the world, and it has even been known to travel through buildings. Once the ball passes, it leaves a smell of sulfur in its wake. This sounds like
Ew.
something we need to call on the Winchester brothers for. These balls of lightning usually last between 1 second to a full minute.
Whoa,
It's hard to gauge exactly what causes this phenomenon,
that's
but
weird.
scientists have taken an interest and are
Like
trying to
just
figure out
one
what
ball
it
of
is.
lightning
What's creepy about the
can
phenomenon
cause
is that
a
it seems to move with
destruction
intent,
there.
like there's some consciousness controlling it. One sighting dates back to 1984, when one of these balls entered a Russian plane. It flew over the passengers' heads and left two holes when it disappeared. Clouds are something that we see every day. So, what's so weird about them? For cloud watchers, seeing all sorts of different clouds is just part of the territory. Some clouds can also give warning to dangerous weather, like tornadoes. Chances are that if you've seen a morning glory cloud, you might think that it's masking some sort of UFO activity. This cloud formation is a rare event, and scientists don't know what to make of it. While we have figured out what makes other clouds tick, it's hard to figure out what makes the morning glory cloud look the way it does. We know it's an Arcus cloud, but that's about it. It usually appears low to the ground, and it can go on unbroken for 1,000 miles. Strong winds can sometimes accompany morning glory clouds, and they are unpredictable in nature. In Australia, it seems they are regularly treated to this cloud's presence for a few months out of the year, and it has to be after dawn. However, you can only see it in Burketown in Queensland, which is fairly remote. Speaking of remote, in a small village in Poland, there are trees that are growing in the most unnatural ways. Near the village of Gryfino, there is a grove of pine trees that don't look like your traditional tree. They basically look like warped versions of themselves, almost like a Van Gogh painting. The area has been named the Crooked Forest. Each tree looks like it was bent at the base to make a C shape. It's hard to tell what caused this. Being able to manipulate the growth of trees isn't uncommon in more metropolitan areas, where the look is more aesthetic. What makes the case even more bizarre is that the Crooked Forest is surrounded by straight trees. So why this particular spot? It's believed that these trees were planted in the 1930s, and that they were anywhere between 7 to 10 years old when the 90-degree curve started forming. There are a few theories to try to explain this phenomenon. Some believe they were formed from heavy snow in the area, while others think it's from Earth's gravitational pull. It's hard to pinpoint exactly, which is why the mystery continues. Finally, we need to look to the sky again for this strange mystery that continues to make an appearance in a remote area of Norway. The Hessdalen lights can be seen on a 7.5-mile stretch of the Hessdalen Valley. The crazy thing about them is that they can appear both day and night. They seem to hover over the valley as if they are waiting for something or someone. These lights can form in different shapes, including helices. If you ever have a chance to see these lights in person, you might notice that they mainly take the form of balls, and then they look like they're spitting out smaller balls. These can't be explained by headlights of a plane or cars. Scientists have a theory that it could be a phenomenon called Coulomb crystals. These are crystals formed in plasma. The process of creating them is a bit unsettling, as they think it's coming from the radiation on the rocks and then floating up into the atmosphere. This is the radiation that can cause health problems like cancer. So maybe you shouldn't check these lights out after all. What do you think of these 10 mysterious things happening in the world right now? Do you know how to explain these mysteries? Sound off in the comments. And before you head off to your next adventure, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and take a peek at our community page.
Subscribe to me. Thank you guys for watching. And the next video is tomorrow. But thank you guys for watching this video. And please support me on subscribing, smashing that like button, and commenting down below. Thank you guys and have a good night.